Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy who is here though, and we back. It's never AD fault. It's never AD fault. My boy Two Raw for Sports speaking the real again. Let's react to it and then I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts.
A couple of minutes ago, and that is that one anonymous keyword anonymous NBA executive said that Anthony Davis will be just as much, if not more, of a detriment to the Lakers this year than Russell Westbrook. Okay?
He was last year. If we really look at it, the best ability is availability. You can say what you want about Russell Westbrook and him being on the floor and how he performed last year. At least he was there to perform. Now I understand, like AD didn't have a superb season. That nigga shot like 18% from the three, was shooting like below average from the free throw line. Against marquee big men, he was getting toe up. He toe up Jokic, then Giannis dominating him. He just, bro. AD and Giannis is the difference between, is what Kobe, MJ, motherfuckers like LeBron, what them motherfuckers, Bird, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like that. Those are the niggas that's the difference between putting in the work and just trying to rely on your damn talent.
He went on to say that, if you're Los Angeles and you're LeBron, and the main problems that you have last year, along with the fact that they were not a really good defensive team for the most part, is the lack of outside shooting. And he said if you look at Anthony Davis outside of the bubble season, his play has been largely inconsistent for the Lakers. And he especially noted his outside shooting. Last year, he was only an 18% three-point shooter.
Like what I said, 18%. And that's not Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis not a great three-point shooter, but he can shoot it if he need to. Like if he pull up and pull that bitch. Last year, he was worse than Russell Westbrook from three. And AD is a better three-point shooter than Russell Westbrook. But nobody was talking about that because he was injured. If he stay healthy, if he stay healthy, that's all I ever hear about Anthony Davis. If him and LeBron stay healthy, they could do this, they could do that. That's all I ever hear. We know LeBron gonna stay healthy. I mean, he been getting nicked the last couple of years, but that's due to age. And that's due to, ankle and something like that. LeBron has never had no serious injury, no ACL, Achilles, broken arm, nothing like that, broken leg, femur, nothing like that. He's kept himself in tip-top shape, which has allowed him to be able to pass Kareem this year. But that's going to be the only thing that's going to celebrate this year, especially if Anthony Davis does not step up or Russell Westbrook do not accept his role. I mean, they're going to have to get rid of him anyways because he's just not a fit. But AD is flying under the radar just once again. Like, nobody's ever said nothing about AD.
The year before that, I think he was like a 21% three-point shooter, something like that, 26, something like that. It was low. And, he said when you combine that with Russell Westbrook, who's like 29 or 30%, I mean, if these are the guys you have on the perimeter, along with LeBron James, I mean, how do you expect to have a successful season when your outside shooting is going to be so porous? Now,
it's sad to say this. It ain't even sad to say this. It's funny to say this. LeBron, the best three-point shooter out of them niggas. LeBron actually shot the three-pointer pretty good. LeBron has turned himself into a pretty good 3-point shooter. Still below average in today's game, but if he was shooting this percentage in the 2000s, he would be a above average 3-point shooter. Because people got to remember, it was harder to score in the 2000s than it was in almost any other era. Like the pace was slower, the points per game. If you look at it, like some years was under 100. People don't get that, bro. That was one of the slowest paces and one of the hardest eras to score in. Once again, like I'm gonna tell you, next year AD gonna just fly under the radar, just whoops, unless he come out and play like he's supposed to play.
I've been saying this for quite some time. Everybody's pointing the finger at Russell Westbrook, and yes, for a lot of last year, rightfully so. But my goodness, if you're talking about somebody who can't shoot from outside, Anthony Davis is supposed to be this great skilled guy, right? He's supposed to be this tremendously skilled.
What did I just say? I told y'all. Anthony Davis supposed to be more skilled than Giannis, Jokic, all that. He's supposed to be in that upper tier, right? Just 2 years ago, they was talking about AD over KD. You know what I'm saying? A couple years back, they was just talking about Anthony Davis, a top 5 player, top 3 this, top. I was like, I never seen him as a top 5 player. Never. He was at best a fringe top 10 player for me. Because he can never stay healthy. And on top of that, he didn't do good in the playoffs, bro. He couldn't get it done all the time. And then he was a top 5 player for a moment. Not 2019, 2020 season, probably. Since then, what has he done? He can't stay healthy. When he is healthy, he's timid. He out there playing like a guard. He don't want to get in that interior. He don't want no parts of Giannis. He don't want no parts of Jokic. And when he did dominate Jokic came back and dominated him.
Player, but every time he goes up against Giannis, he gets outscored, out-rebounded, out-assisted.
What did I just say? I'm telling you, me and 2 Raw be on the same wavelength.
You know, hell, even in some games, Giannis shoot better from outside than him. He's supposed to be this great defensive anchor, but last year, he didn't dominate on that side of the floor either.
But he was their best defensive player. Shit. Him and probably Austin Reeves, Stanley Johnson. Well, nobody else playing defense like that. LeBron had a couple chase down blocks, but he wasn't playing on-ball defense last year. But once again, Russ and what's going on with him overshadow all of that. It overshadowed AD. You know LeBron ain't gonna get no blame. Even if, you know what I'm saying, he putting up 37 and 6. Regardless of how he playing on the defensive end or if that's impacted. He put up his numbers. I can't say that about LeBron, but it's how he put up his numbers too. Like, they didn't have, you could average 30 and it not mean anything, and you could average 30 and it have an impact on the team. They always had this gripe against Kobe. Oh, you scoring this, but you ain't doing nothing. You going out in the first round. You blah, blah this, you blah, blah that. They did that shit to Kobe. I remember. So that's exactly what happened last year. LeBron had a great year, but it was not impactful. AD let him down. AD is the one that really let him down because Russell Westbrook played most of the games. He just wasn't that damn good because he's not a great fit. But AD stay on the sideline. AD get in and he get timid and let Giannis shit on him.
So at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I'm glad that an executive went out and brought these things up, but I have to make this point. Why be anonymous? What are you afraid of? Why be anonymous? Why can't you come out and say what you really want to say? You guys don't have no fear of it when it comes to Russell Westbrook. You go right out there and disrespect the man. Call him Westbrook, disrespect him, call him out his fucking name. But when you're attached to LeBron James, when you're part of Clutch Sports, you can,